maybe the area is caught in like a time loop. So maybe there's something, again, with the moon being here, it's something probably tied to maybe a certain time of day or a certain time of year where the activity is kind of like ramped up. All right. Hello, everyone. I am testing out a new little thing right now to see if I can capture clips while I'm doing this reading. So excuse me if I do get distracted, but I'm just wanting to test this out to make sure that it's working properly. With that being said, I know it's been a while. I kind of got hit with bad allergies earlier. Well, pretty much the late end of August. And I just was like, I don't want to record where I'm sounding really stuffy. Like, even if you hear me now, I probably still sound stuffy and nasally. But I'm feeling a lot better and I'm sounding better. I don't sound like I'm just smoke 12 packs a day. So I'm feeling a bit more comfortable. I do want to apologize in advance if you do hear me coughing or like my nose running or something, just to kind of get that out the way. Have to be awkward here, but you know, I'm human. So that happens sometimes. I get under the weather. With all of that being said, I hope you all have been enjoying the rest of your summer. You have been doing okay. Some of you probably have been going back to school. Hopefully that's been going okay with you all as well. But today I kind of want to get spooky season started off early because I actually was reading something from Lovely T. I don't know if you all know her, where she was posting about somebody just recently drowned in Lake Lanier. And if you don't know the history behind Lake Lanier is a place that is believed to be haunted. It is, I want to say it's probably not too far from Atlanta. It's in Georgia. It's like in the foothills of Georgia. And it's this huge lake that's also brought upon a lot of controversy as well because people believe it to be like a drowned town. That they believe a lot of slaves have there, and so it's been a place of much controversy because people are concerned that with the amount of people who were, or you know, people who were, yeah, the amount of people who were um deleted in the process of owning the land, the squabbles over the land, and then with them flooding it in order for it to be a recreational water sports area or whatnot. A lot of people believe it's haunted. A lot of people have you know, the common one is that a lot of people think that the cemetery that used to be there or whatnot. I'm not sure if this is true. Again, statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. People have there's rumored that there's a cemetery underneath there. People have been rumored to be approached by a lady in a floating blue gown or a white gown who's trying to like call them in, kind of like on some siren kind of thing. So I thought it would be interesting to do a reading on whether the lake itself is haunted. I'm not going to do a kind of like a true crime reading on this. True crime readings kind of freak me out. I'm sure there's other people on YouTube who are more than willing and open to doing that. Me, I'm not really open and willing to kind of like communicate and talk with spirits like that in that kind of sort of capacity, especially when it could be something so violent as drowning. You know, that's a bit out of my comfort zone for me. So I'm just going to do it on whether the lake is haunted or not. I'm okay with doing land readings, spatial readings, you know. Our people, on the other hand, who have been deleted and obsoleted and removed from the earth, no. So with all of that being said, I've gave you my preface on what the Lake Lanier is, on what we're doing this reading on, and that all statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. And if you haven't caught on by the beautiful cards that were in my hand, this is a tarot channel. So if you are someone who finds tarot to be stupid, it disturbs your spirit, if you do not like astrology, divination, if even things of the spooky ooky, the you know, the woo woo kind of the metaphysic, the supernatural, all of that. If there's something that freaks you out, this is not the channel for you. Bye-bye. Thank you for the view, but I'm sure you can find something else on YouTube that is more your speed to watch. For everyone else who is here for this, who is willing to go through this reading, let me get my floor water ready. Have to clean those hands. Let's go through and do this reading. So what we're going to do is you're going to just shuffle these up a little bit. And yes, I had to use the Tarot Z for this because I feel like it's just fitting, right? Something may be haunted there. I think it's only right. We got this space. Okay. Center focus. It's Lake Lanier curse. Let's see here. Is Lake Lanier in Georgia truly cursed? Okay, that's a lot. So we're going to try this one more time. It's Lake Lanier, Georgia, truly haunted. Is Lake Lanier in Georgia truly haunted? Is it haunted? Is Lake Lanier haunted? Is it cursed? Is it haunted? Okay, that was a lot. And that was a spooky one that rolled over there, but we're going to try this again. I don't know why all that fell. It's like, yeah, so funny enough, we have the moon and the devil card here for the reversal. That's on the underlying energy. But what do we have here? We have a 4 of coins. Okay, so I immediately heard something about so here were a few messages I got in the middle of like shuffling. So I got like pay your respects. I got not cursed. It may be haunted, but it's not someone with kind of like ill will or intentions. It's just kind of like pay your respects. But then we also have the moon here. And so to me this makes me feel like it may be some like sacred energy there. Maybe there was probably like some sacred practices that went on there. Maybe there was something like it was probably a meetup for in the past for people who kind of like dabbled in magic or something like that. So it feels like there is a pool of like energy there, which is understandable if there is a cemetery, and that would probably also explain why there's a lot of like weird activity that's going on there. Again, we did have the devil for the underlying card. So this could speak to kind of like people having the wrong intentions, like bad intentions, or not paying their respects, again, as I was saying. But it also makes me think of kind of like maybe the area is caught in like a time loop. So maybe there's something, again, with the moon being here, it's something probably tied to maybe a certain time of day or a certain time of year where the activity is kind of like ramped up, and people need to be careful, because whatever time loop that is stuck in, I think that energy, every single time it comes up around that time, or when those heavenly bodies or whatever line up again, it begins to kind of like become alive, become active. So that's what I'm seeing there for that. Let's see if I can get some more information here with the Wow Mystics. So already we got, so here we got love, we got believe, something about non-believers maybe. Let's see, can I get one more card here? Oh, that automatically flipped over freedom. But what was the underlying card? Memory in reverse. So again, something about respect, something that people have forgotten or don't recall or don't believe in about the lake is what's causing kind of like maybe these ripples to happen. But again, I don't feel like it's malicious intent per se. I think it's just kind of like, hey, if you're in the wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. But let's slide these up. Slide that up, and let's get into this one. And notice again, we're kind of going into that yin and yang energy, that light and dark, that cyclical energy as well. So again, this speaks to kind of like there's something here with timing. Maybe it's, you probably should avoid it at certain times of the day. It could be, avoiding the lake at night just because it comes alive, it becomes more active. But again, remember I was talking about the belief here. It just made me think of like pagan rituals, or maybe something that, the indigenous Americans, or it could have been even the Black Americans who resided in that area, kind of like made a promise, or did some kind of work there, and it's just kind of, it keeps coming back during a certain time. And if you just don't if you don't respect the area, give it its due respect, it's gonna act crazy. Okay, so that was trying to flip over, but so what's this clarifying card here? We have yield, patience. See, yep, it feels like timing. And notice patience, yield, timing. When I said it feels like something like, again, going back to that pagan practices, what's the witch's number, everyone? 3. It's like, just give it time. It'll act crazy around these certain times a year. I think if anybody studies Lake Lanier, maybe here's love again. Love is coming up again. But going back to what I was stating initially, if anybody had, documents a lot of the going ons that happened at Lake Lanier, I would be interested to know what you can kind of like divulge down in the comment section below. What's some things you've noticed? With some rhymes? What is some rhyme or reasons, or no rhyme, no reason, certain things keep occurring there, or that you've seen repeated over the course of time? or that you've heard being kind of like it keeps happening constantly outside of just, you know, people going missing or being injured or deleted there? Kind of like what are some other recurring themes that keeps coming up there that you've kind of like documented or noticed, or you haven't heard a lot of people kind of talk about? Feather messages. No shit. And then we also have palm destiny for the underlying energy here. Something is destined to happen and to go on until things are corrected and clear. So here's some other cards I think we should take note under the Wild Mystic. So we have memory, remember. We also have trick. And then we have adaptation and collaborate. So to me, this just feels like we were going in to make a deal, but obviously somebody reneged on it. And so we decided that the best payback would be to curse the land forever. You thought you were going to make money off of it, but if we make it as unhospitable as possible, if we make it as uncomfortable or scary for people to kind of come here, that we get our revenge. We're even now. So I don't know if somebody kind of got the short end of the stick. I think some of the stuff that's going on there, it is a message during those certain times of year. Messages. Somebody's trying to get something across here. Not sure what exactly it is. I do want to look in a little bit more to like this love, respect that we have kind of going on. If I can get more information on that, spirit. Funny that the Eight of Coins is what flipped over. So remember, the Eight of Coins comes, usually the story with the Eight of Coins is like the Seven of Coins is you're putting in the work, right? So with the Eight of Coins, you usually are reaping the benefits of that to where you can lead on into the Nine of Coins to where you're independent, and then to the Ten of Coins where you can start spreading that with family and friends. But with this Eight of Coins coming up in reverse, this speaks to somebody didn't do the work or were not above board. There was some kind of like underhandedness. I almost think of kind of like Seven of Swords kind of energy. There was some underhandedness. There was some laziness or some kind of shortcuts that was going on here that was trying to happen. Maybe also a short, like being shortchanged. Maybe somebody not paying the penance or the price of what they should have, whatever that price or penance needed to be. They didn't pay the proper price or penance for this space. So I'm not familiar with all of the history with this. I'm just reading what I'm kind of getting from the cards. So again, if there's something here that I am reiterating that is like common knowledge, please let me know. I mean, this is America. I wouldn't be surprised if this was land dispute, but it could just be something, you know, of like this exchange of ownership. Okay, so this is not coming out, but this did want to come over. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. We're getting a lot of Pentacles energy now. Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. Oh. How can I explain this? Kind of like what I see in my mind's eye. I basically like, yeah, someone was shortchanged in this. Someone was kind of like led astray. Um, because there was probably some promises being made. Maybe this was supposed to go to a married couple, a business. Maybe this is already owned by somebody who was kind of like a group of people previously. It's kind of like the energy. But I see something kind of like being like, you see how he's holding out this chain or whatever and offering to this Queen of Pentacles, but the Queen of Pentacles is standing upright and comfortable in her position, her pride. She knows her worth. She knows how, she knows their worth, and I mean, I'm just using like the Knight of Pentacles, whoever this other person is. They kind of know this Knight of Pentacles strengths and weaknesses, and are about to apply it to her benefit, essentially. Whoever this Knight of Pentacles is got the short end of the stick, essentially. And then, well, look at what we have here. The Lovers underneath. So this can be read one of two ways. Yes, this probably was some dispute. They got into some that blew up into an even bigger dispute because of a romantic relationship. You know, oftentimes people did exchange lands or dowries, money, etc., in exchange for when you married, you know, certain people who are of a certain caliber, certain class back in the day. I mean, people still kind of do it now, if you ask me personally, but you know, we like to show, we like to associate it with more like in the past time, the olden days, even though it's something that can very much occur today. So I feel like you could read the Lovers like that, or you could read it as a thing of somebody knew what they were doing, and they knew they were doing wrong, but they was like, hey, the ends justify the means. But they're paying, the ends justify the means. I knew I was wrong for doing it, but I benefited at the time. But now I may not be the fool. I leapt a little too early. I probably didn't think of the repercussions completely. And then you also have the King of Swords underneath here. So that speaks to some real vengeful energy. Like the family, your that I'm cursing your whole bloodline kind of thing. Yeah, I would say there's, again, just to reiterate, because I'm not really picking up on anything else. The story behind this feels kind of messy. Yeah, of course, there feels like it's been a lot of exchange and misguidance on, you know, kind of in the dealings with this. And it's hard sometimes. I'll read between to tell the difference between like a business and a romantic relationship when it comes to cards. But I'm explaining to you as best as I possibly can, kind of like my intuitive feeling about it and what I interpret it as. So let me know if you see it coming up as something else, or if this just confirms something for you. If you're somebody who's like a Lake Lanier extraordinaire, you just know everything there is to know about the lake. So this is pretty interesting to me, for one. And for two, just to kind of, again, reiterate that message of just like, yes, definitely respect this land. Respect all land, because you never know what happened in these specific places, whether it's air, land, or sea. You know, just be careful and respectful of what you're taking, when you're taking up space, because you never know what could have been occurred there, what could have occurred there before or prior. So again, to me, it doesn't feel like it's outright malicious. I think if anything, if it is malicious, it's to a certain type of people. Like, again, like I'm partial to this particular bloodline. I'm impartial to everything else. I want to make people who probably fit this description, or, you know, act in this way, to kind of like pay the price. And it also feels like maybe it's not, you know, I want you to pay the price, but it could just be something of unintentional, of like, yeah, maybe something along the lines of a curse, but hey, every single time around this full moon or every single time it comes around the nighttime, yeah, it gets real activated there. So you probably have to be a bit more careful. And again, respectful when you're going into these places. I also wonder if this spell is going to wear off soon because, or, you know, the curse or whatever the happenings are going on, the strange things, if it's going to wear off soon because somebody's going to discover something or say something or block it off or whatever the case may be because of how many um, deletions has happened there. So that'll be pretty interesting to see coming down the pipe as well. But that's what I'm getting for the Lake Lanier reading, guys. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. I'd like to thank you all for joining me again, coming back and enjoying this reading with me despite my whole nasally reading of this and not being up to par, but I kind of wanted to do this reading for sure before I forgot. With that, let me know if you would like to see more videos like this by hitting that like button and then notification bell and subscribing so you can see the next time I upload. And with that, you all have a great evening. Bye.